Hi, today I would like to talk about Raspberry Pi cameras. How can you make your Raspberry Pi basically as a webcam? And if you have several Raspberry Pi, how can you connect all these together via Ethernet and try to use your laptop as the server in a way that you can see all the like actions through your Raspberry Pi cameras in your laptop. So we will go through. I'll try to introduce basically what type of camera I have bought. Basically, there are cheap cameras, and I will introduce them to you, and we will see that for what application you can use that, and how you can set up your network, and basically what type of communication protocol you can use to transfer data over your network, and you will see it in action how it actually behaves, if the quality is good enough as a webcam. Yeah, we will go through these steps and I will tell you about that. But the first step is that buying a camera. So basically, if you want to not buy an expensive camera, I can introduce you this one, which is basically has 160-degree wide or field of view, which is quite good or enough for the application as the security camera, and you can install it directly on your Raspberry Pi board. And so there is another type of camera that you can use, and it's actually cheaper. It's this one, which is around €5 or €6. The other one was about €13. This one, still, you can at 30 frames per second you can record a video at 1080p. So the quality is not excellent, but it's good enough basically. So this is another one. So I have bought these two version of cameras and I would like to test them. To do that, because as I said, I have several I've bought several cameras. For example, I will show you in these videos, like for example this one. This is the wide angle, which I have connected directly to basically the board. And you have to be very careful, guys, because the orientation, as you see, is important. So you have to, when you insert it in the socket, you have to put it correctly. Otherwise, it won't function. And you see that you need to as well connect it to the Ethernet from the port and the cable to a switch. So basically, an unmanaged, you need also an unmanaged switch. We will get to that later, in order to link all these cameras together. So this is one of the cameras. The other one that I would like to show you is this one. I have from another angle, another Raspberry Pi, but this one is the cheaper one. So this is also connected inside this box to the Raspberry Pi board, and yeah, we will also try to connect this one. This one also, as with the yellow cables, connected to the switch. And last but not least, this is another camera that I have connected to my project. It is also connected internally to the board, and this Raspberry Pi board is also connected via the Ethernet cable to the switch. All right, so we have like 3 cameras, 3 Raspberry Pi, and for that we need basically a switch, such a thing like an unmanaged switch that is able up to 1 gigabyte. It's a 1 gigabyte switch. It was also not so expensive, around €30, and on Amazon I think you can also get it cheaper. So we need these kinds of things. But there is a problem here, because earlier I was using my Wi-Fi actually to connect, like, my Wi-Fi from the Ethernet port behind the Wi-Fi connected to this switch that I showed you. So the problem was that it was playing, and it was basically damaging my Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi has a DHCP, and DHCP automatically gives IP addresses to this Raspberry Pi or any object, any device that is connected. So then I had a problem with my Wi-Fi, so I decided to not use the Wi-Fi as the DHCP server. So what I did, I found a website and a very cool software that you can actually turn your laptop to a DHCP server. I thought at the beginning that probably I need my Windows as well to be a server Windows, but it doesn't necessarily need it. So you can use your normal Windows and use this software. How we can get this software? You have to go to this website. I'll show you. So basically, this is a website that you need to go and techlibrary.hpe.com, and then you have to go and this is the website, the ACP server for Windows, and I think the last release is 2016. You have to download it, and then you need to basically unzip the file in somewhere, and like this, and then you have this exe file. So for the exe file, you need to unzip and run this software. All right, then we have to go, so we have to open this file, DHCP vis, right click and run it as administrator. Then we have to click next, select the Ethernet, and then try HTTP and DNS 255, 255, 255. Next 191, 1, and then next overwrite, write ini, because I had already did overwrite, so I have to do it again. Start, finish. All right. After activation, if you go to this address, you can see that there are some designated IP addresses, but this is within conflict. But anyway, we can now try to connect to these IP addresses of the of our Raspberry Pi. For that, I use a tool called VNC Real VNC Viewer. So for that, you need as well to download and install on your Raspberry side. So I probably write this the command that is needed in the Linux in Raspberry Pi, how to activate and install that on your Raspberry Pi. But suppose that we have installed that on the Raspberry Pi, we need just now go to the properties and give the address of the VNC server, which is our Raspberry Pi, and try to connect. So I click OK and then try to connect, and then I have to type the password, and then I can see that I am now so connected to the Raspberry Pi. So it is very practical because I don't need directly to connect a screen or a keyboard, so I can connect via VNC. And in order that you activate your Raspberry Pi camera, so you have to go to this Pi, and then it was here, Raspberry Pi configuration, yes. So here you need to go to Leistung or no, here, yeah. So it's, for me it's German, Schnittstellen. So you have to go and to the camera and activate it, and press OK. Otherwise, your camera won't function. And this is something that you need to do for your camera. And then click OK. Then to run or to activate your webcam, you need to install an IDE for your, of course, your Python. You have to install first on Python on your Raspberry Pi. And for that, I'll also write everything on my weblog, how to activate or install the Python on Raspbian. And then you need to download or install an IDE for Python. For example, I have two Guinea and Sony Python IDE. So you need to create a Python file, and I open it with this IDE, Sony Python IDE. And when you open that, so this is the file that you need to basically write in order your camera to be broadcasted via HTTP server. So import IO, import PIC, PI camera, import logging, import socket server, from threading, import condition, and from HTTP import server. So this is the text that you need to download and write it in your Python code. I will put this code as well into my weblog, and you can probably just copy and paste it. And when this, in fact, when you click run and just exit the VNC, so I have already, I think I have not, but try to stop once and exit, and then try one more time to run the code. And so the code is again run, and I close this. So it was IP address with number 6. So when I go to my browser, for example, Chrome browser, and would like to basically see the picture, so I need to write this one. So I will press one more time, and so this is my hand. So as you see, this is the IP address, and this is the stream.mjpg. So this is the view that I get from my camera from this direction behind me. I have 3 cameras. This is the other one that I have set up, and you see that this is my second camera. And last but not least, this is another angle that you see. This is IP address number 4, that you see that I am actually, so I see myself from 3 angles, and both of the cameras are basically connected. So, and you see there's not so strong delay, I would say, when 3 cameras are both connected to the network. And I can see. One thing that I would like to mention is that this camera that you see is exactly from, I guess, this type of camera. So this is like the cheaper version, the cheapest version. And this one is the wide angle camera. So this one is basically this camera. So you know that for image detection and object detection, when it has a wider view, so it's easier to cover the bigger area. So this one, and the last one, and which is this direction high. This one is basically also the cheap one, this one. So I would say that it really depends on the illumination. It really depends on the illumination, and yeah, so it depends like but I have three angle, and all of them are simultaneously working fine. So in this way you can connect three camera on your network, and basically enjoy that. And if you have, because this real VNC has this ability to connect, you can actually connect directly to your Raspberry Pi, and if you're not at home as well, you can buy account from this real VNC viewer, a premium account, and wherever you are, when you have internet connection, you can easily connect to your Wi-Fi, to your Raspberry Pi cameras, and in this way you can add as many as possible cameras that you need without any limitation. Of course, there are some limitation at the end. It depends on the data rates, but that's actually a good question. What is the data rate? Maybe I can see amounts of data rate somewhere. I remember there was a place that you could actually see the network. So I think the network is 4%. This is the CPU. Okay, the Ethernet. So 52.8 megabit per second, and yeah, so it's basically when we have like 1 gig capacity. I guess this is not too much for three cameras that are actually sending and receiving. So 1 gigabit is, if the capacity of the network is 1 gigabit per second, then 52 megabit per second is not really high. So it is doable. And yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. It was about how to build your camera with Raspberry Pi, how to connect it to the network, how to give IP addresses without need an extra router, which needs to have a DHCP capability. You can just do it with the software that I introduced you, and in this way connect as many as camera that you need. As I said, 52 megabit per second for three camera. If the capacity is like, let's say half, 500, so at least you can I don't know, 10 multiplied through 30 cameras with this method, with this HTTP. So it is doable, and you have plenty of options. All right, I hope that you enjoyed, and subscribe. Please support me. If you can like give me or buy me a coffee via the PayPal, I will be really grateful, and I will, that gives me positive energy and enough funds to buy extra components and test them, and basically. But please like, subscribe, and comment if what you think, what should I do next, and I will definitely try to do that. All right, thank you so much.